My name is John Lee. I'm a senior IT manager at Sumco Europe. We make silicon wafers such as those for semiconductor industries. So people might make I don't know, mobile phone chips or a computer memory or security devices such as an air pressure detector for air cabin. So that's what we do. Disaster recovery. Although there are 10,000 people in this large organisation, Sumco Europe itself is between 20 and 25. And for a small company, perhaps your IT budget is relatively small compared to some of the offices where they might have 100 or 200 or 300 people. So I don't have spare equipment lying around for me to rebuild them when disaster strikes. And plus, since I'm the only IT person here, dealing with such disasters actually takes up a lot of my time. And not only my time, let's say a server breaks down. We'll call a support, whether if it's a manufacturer or your support company, and once the problem is diagnosed, to rebuilding the system, you could probably spend 4 or 5 days easily. So 4 or 5 days is quite a long time in not having quite a mission critical system for a smaller organisation. I suppose if I was in a larger organisation, had lots of equipment lying around and lots of IT stuff, we could put it together in one go. We could put things together within like an hour or two or maybe half a day, then I probably wouldn't need a DR solution, but because that's not the case, having a replica system stored away from this office is something that gives me peace of mind. Plus, if I'm not here, recovery time is going to be extended. Because we make things and we ship things, we must create those corresponding documents to the freight forwarders by the end of the day for the shipment that must leave that day. If we don't get them done and send them to a freight forwarder, they can't export the goods to our customers, and if customers don't get their goods, they can't run them down their line. That means their production would stop. But customers do keep a good stock, a month of worth of stock at their warehouses. But let's say we don't ship for a week, their stock goes down to 3 weeks, 2 weeks, or if they happen to have a particular part that they're low on stock, that might not go down their production line. And we run a 24-hour production line, and customers do as well. So if they can't get our products down their line, then that's a reputational damage to start with. And when we go through like a price negotiation or where all the salespeople get involved in, they might see us as a company who cannot commit to our promises. And it's just a simple matter of sending an email to freight forwarders or creating documents within our system, purchase orders, sales orders, invoices, forecast, budget. If these cannot be delivered on time to customers or our partners, then our customers would suffer. The silicon providers, we hold shares within companies. So a company might have certain percentage of share from Sumco and certain percentage share from other suppliers. I think that's a sort of a safety net for them. So if one supplier goes down, they can keep their line going by increasing the share with the other customer. So I think for us it's a constant battle between who has the most share for them. So if our reputation is damaged because we were unable to provide them with shipping instructions, then they might reduce their shares and give it to somebody else. I think it's a reliability issue. And it's a simple thing of, it's just an email, file server, and our ERP system. These all three work together. And if any of those go down and we can't provide those information, then it seems to have quite a big effect on the other side. I kind of explained it to the management as having an insurance policy. It's something that you might never use, but it's safe to have it. I think I had to elaborate on that a little bit more, but I had to tell them that although we have backups of the data, if a hardware breaks down, I had to explain to them that it had to be verified by the manufacturer that it is actually broken, and that takes a day. And then all the new equipment had to be delivered, and that will take another day, and then they will have to be put together, and that will take another day. And once that's been taken care of, then you probably have to spend the next 2 days putting the system together.
So transferring the data.
And transferring the data. So all I had to tell them was that it'll take 4 to 5 days until the system is completely restored, because the management understands that if we are unable to provide information to customers and our freight forwarders, the problem that I described earlier with the customer relationship could actually easily erupt into an absolute disaster. So for those reasons, they were quite happy to invest money into disaster recovery. I didn't really have to put in a pros and cons risk analysis, gap analysis in what we have and what we don't have.
It was pretty straightforward.
It was pretty straightforward. Fire alarm maintenance guy went into the server room, sat down and managed to lean on the switch that had air conditioning. What happened was there was a slight gap in the sort of at the back end of the server room. It went into a dry riser, and moisture came in and it started leaking water. That dripped on all the servers, and so that's a kind of meltdown scenario. The other one was some maintenance guy walking into a server room and leaned on the air conditioning switch, switched it off and walked out. Didn't even realise. Next minute the server room was smoking.
Oh really? How did you get yourself out of that situation, or how long did it take you to realise and then get out of that situation?
Well, system slowly started to switch itself off. It's quite funny actually. You're sitting there, you're working on a system, and you just get a black screen. It's amazing. Somebody has switched it off. It just happened so quickly.
Wow.
Now, cases like this, your hardware is not really functioning very well, so even if you have a good backup stored off-site, that's not going to help me in bringing the system back up. I still need to buy a new kit, or if somebody, or if Newton IT had a spare kit lying around, and we were able to borrow that or buy that minute already built kit, it will still take a good 2-3 days before everything is up and running. That's provided that you have engineers available to come and help a disaster. That's still another risk. So whether the data is on site or off site, I think you still have that risk of unable to bring the system up within good time. But I think you also need to think that what system is mission critical and what isn't. Things like BlackBerry server, that's just passing information through backwards and forwards, and if that goes down, your BlackBerry goes down for what, 5 days. To a BlackBerry users, that is probably a disaster. But I think it took about 5 days. An order was sent in. The equipment was delivered the following day. The following day, it was built, and I think on day 4 or day 5, your engineers came down and put our DR kit in our server room and started replication. I think we did it over the weekend, and on Monday morning, I think Jason came down and picked up the system, took it to a DR site. So I think it was about a week, which is something that will take to build the whole system.
Right. And how long have you been doing replication now with Newton?
Is it about 5 years?
5 years.
5 years, yeah.
5 years of peace and...
Oh God, yes, it's been 5 years of peace and sleep very well at night.